really proud of my team to get this win today. It was a hard-fought game. I knew it'd be a rock fight. It always is with Boston College, especially when you open it up, league play. And that was one of the things I talked to the players about early in the locker room was, look, everybody's got hope now. Everybody's 0-0 in the league. It's not February, and so everybody's going to have great energy. They're going to come in here with great energy. And I thought they had a good plan against our ball screen defense. Even though they only shot 36% for the field, they beat the heads with speed. They got around them, the big, and then they came off the ball. And when you get around the big and then the big rolls, you have to pull in to respect the roll. And they were doing a really good job of coming off of it and throwing the skip to the hammer or to the slot. And that's where they got to come, several of those threes. And they had some guys step up and make some threes maybe that, don't typically maybe do that as much, but give them credit. But I thought overall, defensively, we were pretty good, the entire game. And we had 6 kills and 7 of our last 11. We stopped them 7 of the last 11 possessions, I think 5 out of the last 6. Offensively, I thought we got in some pretty good rhythm today, better rhythm than we've had. We spent a lot of time, not a lot, as much as we could in the last 48 hours working on cutting. I think we just stand too much on offense. And when we cut, we get better ball movement. We get better driving opportunities. That's probably one of the reasons why we got to the foul line a lot more today. We got the ball. We shot 61% at the rim, even though I still think we missed some easy ones in there. We just had a lot better ball movement. 5 for 13 from 3. I still think probably need a few more threes up than that, but in this game probably not the case. I thought Ty did a really good job coming off the bench and helping our team, taking care of the ball, getting guys involved. Sparked this, played good D. Juke, same thing. Juke made shots, but he was solid defensively, played a lot of minutes. Parker made a big 3 when we needed it, off of Ricky action, off of timeout. I thought our guys did a good job of executing out of timeouts and some of the things that we put in. But all in all, we're 8-3. We got this break. We need it, and we need to get better before we play James Madison. Questions?
I mean, you talked about the rhythm of this offense kind of finding its way. Is it embracing kind of the athleticism with the speed you've talked about, or is it better shot quality?
I think it's more like movement, cutting, not standing. And we've always, listen, I don't have to throw stats at you to tell you that what we've done on offense over the last 3 years here. But a lot of that's predicated on the way spacing and exchanging and cutting. And this group of guys, at times, we just tend to stand and watch. And that just doesn't work, especially this level. You're just playing against a shell defense. And you haven't forced them to collapse or help. And so I think it's more movement. And so something that we just haven't had time. We had a little bit yesterday and the day before to do it, but we got to continue on that path. I don't think I'm trying to send a message to him particularly. It's just I thought we got off to a really slow start. I didn't feel like they felt us defensively. I felt like they just kind of were out there running their stuff, and we were hoping that they miss instead of making them miss. And so I just didn't feel like we were matching the intensity that they were playing offense at. Now, we got it going. I don't think it's anything personally against him. I mean, it's more just a team thing. And listen, let me look here. We got how many guards did we play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6. It's hard to play 6 guards, man. It's hard when Cameron and Hunter are going to play a lot of minutes. So somebody's going to be out, a little bit now and then. It just happened to be him today, but it's nothing. He'll come back against James Madison and make 5 threes. Who knows? But Tyler, I trust. He played. He didn't turn it over, and when he's not doing that, he really helps our team. We got 10 days till we get to that. I I mean, that's always kind of up in the air. I mean, um, there's a reason why those guys didn't play as much against A&M because I don't know if you asked Duke that question, but what did he say? But why did he say he didn't play much against A&M? Okay, well, he didn't practice well, you know, and he turned it over a lot in practice against something that I knew that was going to a really hard defense. We gave Ty his shot against A&M, and there was like a 6-0 turn. So confidence is the confidence in themselves, but confidence is also the coach having confidence in you. That thing goes both ways. And I didn't lose confidence in him because I played him a lot of minutes today. I just didn't have confidence in that situation. Now, hopefully, when we get in that situation again, because we're going to play in some tough road games, they'll be ready, you know. And so, proud of them for not pouting and coming back and practicing hard and helping our team win today.
Steve.
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't know what he drew nine. He drew nine. Um, yeah, he's a hard guy to guard, man. And here's the thing about playing good offense, so everybody understands this. It's also not taking off when you catch the ball, being fundamental. And so catching it, reading the defense, and then driving and playing off 2 feet. But to do that, you have to have space to do that, not a shell defense of 5 guys standing, because any defense can guard that. I thought he did a great job of catching it, slowing down, making a move, playing off 2, and playing through contact. And when he does that, he's nearly unguardable on the drive. You know, and I don't think he always gets calls that he. I mean, you got to say he shot 18 free throws. I'm gonna tell you, I think he got fouled more than that. Okay, at times, you know, and but look, he missed 2 free throws, and then he goes right down to the court, and what did he do? Stripped the guy, stole it, and got the ball. I mean, he's just a hard-playing guy. I have a lot of faith in him, you know, and he's got 22 points and 10 rebounds, 3 assists as a guard, and 2 steals. Pretty good day.
Steve, mentioning Tylor and Juke after
Yep.
the A&M game. Cam, like you just said, kind of came back from a
He
tough.
did.
What does it mean to you that these guys are kind of responding to adversity in like these sort of ways? And what's the step for them to be more
I mean, I
consistent?
think it's a character thing. You know, they're good people. I've said that all along. They're really good guys, and they want to do well. I felt like they're putting too much pressure on themselves. We talked a lot about that the last couple of days about why are you putting so much pressure on yourself? Just play, have fun, find the joy in playing. And I talked to them about blocking out the noise. You know, like it's hard when you're a young person in your life. All you've known since you were born was social media, right? I don't because I wasn't born with it. Okay, but they got to put it down because it's toxic. It's negative. And you know what? Praise is the same way. You can get undeserved criticism. You can get undeserved praise too. You can't let it affect you, and it's hard for young people. I can tell. I can just tell you from being in the locker room. And so we talked a lot about that, and then finding the joy of just of playing basketball, the thing that you love to do, and with the guys that you really like playing with. We don't have any chemistry problems. We just have an offensive problem that we're trying to fix, and I think we're getting there. And again, guys, we played 11 games in a matter of a month and 3 days. We've had like 15 practices, maybe in 11 games. Everybody kind of goes through that, but we probably have played more on our end in our league, and we need this time. They need the time off, a couple days. They got school, as you guys know. We have real school here at Wake Forest. You got real finals. They're hard, so you got to study for them. And then we'll come back and practice a little bit on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Take Friday off. That'll be more skill development and conditioning and maybe some offensive things. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we'll crank it back up and get ready to play a really solid James Madison team on Tuesday, and then get ready for a road game at Clemson. The crazy thing is we're only going to play 3 more games the rest of the month. it's nuts. But that's just the way it is. And we need it. We need some time to get together.
Yeah, you just kind of steamrolled through all the
Right.
question that I had. But
That's what I do.
what can be gained offensively in the next 10 days? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can't revamp everything and
No.
play a completely different offense, but
No,
what
no.
fine tuning is there?
Yeah, movement, cutting, um, uh, getting the ball from the first side to the second side to the third side. I think we did a really good job getting it inside today. Um, and what I mean with cutting is I mean when we have breakdown offense, not sets. I don't like to joystick the game, like playing 2K and running. I just don't like that. But this team kind of needed it at one point, and I don't remember exactly when it started, but we had to call a lot of plays for a while, and that hurt us against A&M because then we got late in the shot clock, and we didn't get good looks. So today we didn't do it as much. We did some, but there's a balance of that. But I think it's just moving and cutting, exchanging. Um, when you pass, cut. And we haven't always done that. We've usually exchanged, but I think cutting is good for this team. Trey, cut. Parker, or Hunter, cut. Cam, cut. And then when they cut, that opens up a double gap for somebody to drive the ball. And then when you play off two and you come to a stop, either you get a nice shot or you kick it out, and either you shoot it or swing it one more. And then now they're behind the play. And that's what Boston College was doing to us today early on. They got us behind the play. Credit to them for doing that.
You mentioned that you haven't had a lot of chances to practice. Drew Karras described the practice you did have after A&M to be intense. Cam Hildreth said that
Maybe.
you got a deserved earful. How would you describe that earful?
It was hard. It was hard, but it was right after the game, which I was mad at myself because I don't typically do that after a game because I feel like you're just too emotional. Yeah, I got on him, but he could take it, and he understood that it was needed, and when you can coach your best players the hardest, then you can coach them all. If I'm coaching Cameron as hard as I'm coaching, then Juke and those guys know that he's going to coach me like that too. So he handled it like I knew he would, like a champion. I knew he'd come back and play harder, and he did. And look, he knows his struggles. He's a smart kid. He's a coach's kid, and he's playing his way out of it. Okay, and respect to that. And he's good at blocking out the noise, because I know from what I've been told, he's getting a lot of flack, and like I said, some deserve, some not. That's just the way life is. But he's pretty good about staying focused on what he needs to be focused on.
With that in mind, how good did you feel about that sequence where he misses the free throws,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then he grabs
That was
the
awesome.
rebound and hits two?
That's what a player does. It's like he's a winner. Like, you're right. I mean, he missed him. He's mad. He didn't try. He wanted to make him, and then he went down. He didn't let. It's the second thing I talked about today before we went out. I had 2 or 3 things on the board. One of them was short term. Next play mentality. Next play mentality. Next play mentality. A lot of players can't do that. They make a mistake, and then they let the next 2 or 3 possessions linger, and they make another mistake. He went right to the next possession and made the play. That's next play mentality. Short-term memory. Yeah.
Steve, I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough, but Trayvon Spillers has 11 and 9. It just feels like he just kind of falls into that.
Yeah.
What
Made
is
a big shot late. We went to a Barkley, trying to get him to do more of that. Yeah, he's just, he's really just a really good all-around player. I don't know if he fouled the guy on the shot. I couldn't tell. We got a couple that I don't think Parker. I don't know, man. But I got on him after. I said, "What? You don't like layups?" He looked at me like, "Just dunk it, man. You jump 12 feet in the air. I mean, golly." But again, I'm gonna reiterate. They shot 36%. And I think we're the top. It's the crazy thing about our team right now. If you want to talk about analytics, we subscribe to our own analytics. And nothing against Ken Palm or any of the other ones. They're just we have our own, and it's HDI. And before we went into A&M, we were, I don't know, top 30, 40, I don't know where we were in the country defensively, but we were right, in that realm. They told me, now think about this, the last day I did stats in fall practice, before we opened up against Coppin State, okay, we'd stat every 3 live. And I'm talking about 5-on-5. And I'm just talking about from September to October practice plus the scrimmages. We were shooting 37% as a team from 3. Okay? If we were just shooting 32%, now that's not even good. We'd be a top 50 offense in the country right now because we're shooting such a high. We shot 61% at the rim today, and we don't take a lot of non-rim tools. Okay, but we have to make those shots. Have to. Now volume-wise, we're at 13 today. That's pretty low. I mean, I think volume-wise, percentage-wise, we probably need to shoot a few more, but we're good. We won. But we're gonna have. That's something that another thing that I think we're gonna have to continue to improve on. I'm not talking about jacking them. I'm talking about when you're open, your feet step, boom, and But the best ones we make are the ones that come inside out. Not dribble threes. Them are horrible. But those, off penetration or off the post, those are the best ones. So those are other things that we can get better at, as we